This is Karben on Air with your hosts, Chad Addy.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Karben on Air. I'm your host, Chad Addy, and I hope you're all having a fantastic week so far. So last week I decided not to do the video series because I was at a conference in Las Vegas called Adobe Max. If you're not familiar with what Adobe Max is, it's a huge gathering of creatives from all over the world, from all different industries, from graphic design to music to photography, video, acting, really that whole gamut. And this year happened to be the largest gathering of creatives in history, with over 12,000 attendees from 64 different countries. And I wanted to share with you a couple of the big takeaways that I got from the conference to hopefully inspire you guys as well. So the speakers that came in were from all different industries. There was an award-winning movie maker and actor, to an award-winning DJ and producer, to a famous potter, to a famous photographer formerly with the National Geographic. And between all those speakers, although they come from completely different backgrounds, completely different industries, and all had totally different approaches, they all shared some commonalities that I wanted to touch on. The first of which is they're all madly successful at what they do. They got a lot of money, they got big houses, and they're killing it in their industry. Two, they all wear pants from what I can tell, and they all put them on the same way. If you're at home saying you have a unique way of putting on pants, then you're a weirdo. I don't really know what else to say about that. We'll move on. The point is, we all seem to put these successful people on a pedestal, like we can't achieve what they achieve because they have connections in the industry. They were born with money, and we just can't possibly compete with them. And that really just couldn't be further from the truth. These people are just like us, and we can do just as much as them, if not more. They're no smarter than we are. We just really don't have the passion and drive that they had to get to where they are. The last commonality that I noticed between all of them is that at some point in their career, they had to get over that fear of failure. They had to do something that made them feel uncomfortable, made them feel weird. They got weird, if you will, and they went and broke through that barrier of fear that they've had to, get to that next level in their career, whether that be releasing something that they were extremely scared to release to the public or what have you. They all, at some point, had to get over that fear of failure, and once they got through that, they decided to break the mold of their industry. In the example of the potter that spoke, he always wanted to be a potter, but he didn't want to be that traditional potter that you think of in your head when you think of somebody on a wheel spinning pottery. He wanted to break the mold both in look, but also in the work that he created. He didn't want it to be like anything else in the industry. Because of that, he's killing it in his industry. He has multiple houses all over the world, and he loves what he does every day. He loves waking up every morning to go to work, if you could even call it work. And the point I want to get across is that it's not unreachable for us to get to the level like he is in your industry. You just need to do something weird, something that makes you feel weird, in order to get to that level. We all go through life every day doing the same thing and expecting a different, better result. The definition of insanity. We just honestly think that if we go through life every day doing what we're doing, one day someone's just going to come up to us and present this amazing opportunity. Chances are that's not going to happen. So unless you get over that fear of failure and do something that makes you feel uncomfortable, something you've always wanted to do, but you've just always had that fear stopping you, you need to get through that wall, break through that wall, and amazing things will happen, I guarantee it. See, because we're all brainwashed into thinking that we have to live life a certain way, like our parents lived, like their parents lived. We have to go through life, we have to work a 9 to 5 every single day. We have to do a 9 to 5, 5 days a week, and then just have a couple days off, and then start it all over again the next week. You ever think about how crazy that is? We have to work 9 to 5, 5 days a week. Why is it structured in that way? Why does it have to be that way? What if we did it in a different way and broke that mold completely? What if we only had to work half of that time, a quarter of that time, and achieve the same results? You'll never know until you give it a try. So I challenge you to do something that makes you feel completely uncomfortable, that you've always wanted to do. Is it going to your boss to see if you can get a promotion? Is it speaking to somebody that you've always been afraid to talk to? Is it releasing that book to the public that you've always been afraid to do? Whatever it is, I challenge you to get weird and do something uncomfortable. So let's break that mold. Let's get weird. And tell me all about it when you do it. I would love to hear about it. So I guess that's it for this episode. Keep doing what you love. Get weird. And I hope to see you again next Wednesday for our next episode. Peace.
This is Karben on Air with your host, Chad Addy.